Hi everybody, and welcome to week 7. This is the final week of our course, and this is probably the last time I will be saying hello to you in our weekly videos. So just wanted to let you know that I was very impressed by the dedication that you have shown, by the way you have grappled with the topics, and some of you have even had some painful memories come up, but that didn't stop you from really diving into this topic and understanding yourself and understanding how to provide treatment to others who are suffering. So it was wonderful to see that, and it was wonderful to see the dedication that you brought to this course. Okay, so thank you for that. And in week 7, we're kind of ending a lot of things. So I'll go over the reading material in a bit, but I just wanted to go over the assignments for this week, the main one being the trauma explanation summary. Now this is worth 10% of your final grade, and what you essentially have to do is consider how you would explain the impact of the trauma to an adult, adolescent, or child who has come to you for clinical services. So you have to pick one of these and then talk to them in a way that they can understand. You're acting as a therapist and speaking to the person, and this assignment is through a video recording, speaking to the camera as though the camera is your client. Essentially, you have to provide a brief description of the person you're educating about the trauma. So who is your client? How old are they? Are they educated, not educated? What section of society do they come from? Any information about the client that you can give. So you have to start with that. Then you include a clear description of the impact of trauma, not the trauma, but its impact. So the trauma could have been a car accident, but the impact would be that the person is now afraid to trust people. Okay, sorry, something froze there. So what is the impact of trauma? And by that we mean, what are the symptoms that this person is exhibiting? So I wanted to make a distinction between that. Speak in words and tone that show understanding of the impact of trauma to the person. So showing an understanding of, I understand that you don't want to feel anymore because it is overwhelming, etc. So that you're showing now an understanding of the impact. Speak in words and tone that show understanding of the developmental needs of the person that you're speaking to. If you're speaking to a child or even an adult, sometimes talking about the HPA axis may not be the best way to explain trauma, and you may leave the patient or the client confused. So it's really important that you connect to the client, show understanding, and yet educate them about what's happening to them. Okay, so this is the rubric, and again, please follow that and you would be fine. So going over the rest of the week 7 exercises, we have Perry, the boy was raised as a dog, chapter 11. Now this is not a case study, these are just his final thoughts. Similarly here with Van der Kolk, it's his final thoughts, and he talks about how we're becoming a trauma-conscious society. And the Body Remembers still continues to give us really good material, and Rothschild talks about how to approach trauma, and she suggests starting from the end and moving towards the beginning. And she tells you why you should not start trauma therapy at the beginning of the incident, beginning of whatever it is that caused the trauma, because it is very overwhelming for the patient to stand at a point where the trauma began and then look towards, all the devastation that has happened. Instead, she places the client at the end of the story and then works towards the beginning so the client feels safe. So these are the 3 chapters that you have to read. This is the only reading that is required. And then you have the Triad Dyad Trauma Therapies presentation. Okay, this is going to take the place of our discussion. I don't know what's happening. This keeps freezing. I don't know why. So by the end of week 7, each of you is to review all presentation, respond to each presentation, noting specific information you learn from the presentation, strengths of the presentation, and constructive feedback you have for the presenters. Essentially, there are 5 total presentations. Each one of you is going to talk about at least 4 of them, and because the 5th one is going to be yours. Okay, so I want you to, each one of you, to give at least 4 responses in this area. So your small group's initial post is due by the end of week 6, and individual follow-up responses are due by Friday and Sunday of week 7. Okay? So this is the discussion, and let's see. Therapeutic approaches and final thoughts. Let me see. This time, again, we are not going to use Perry for our case. We're going to use this one. It is a Widener social work shared case example. It's 1 page long, and it gives you the details of this case study. And so you are expected to write what are the therapeutic approaches you would use in this case. So for micro, meso, and macro dimensions, recommend effective clinical means to help a person recover from the impact of trauma in each area. And this is the first part. The second part is describe 1 major takeaway from the course that you plan to incorporate in your future work, and any thoughts or comments that you might want to share. Okay? Read through all the posts and respond to 1 of your classmates. Try and respond to everybody. We don't want 1 person getting all the responses, you know. So respond to at least 1 person. And again, make sure that you include citations for any information that you use from the course. So these are the 3, let me pull myself back up here. These are the 3 3 assignments for this week. You also have a self-care activity, and then here's the survey that you need to complete. My suggestion would be to keep in touch even after you've posted your assignments, because sometimes I've had students whose video presentation I couldn't view, and I sent them multiple emails, but they had just posted it and kind of stopped looking at the emails. So don't do that. Wait till your grades are in and everything, and just keep in touch till then. Okay? And as usual, if you have any questions, please let me know. Thank you.